Hello and welcome to...
No, you gotta do it with a little bit more oomph. No.
Hello and welcome...
A little bit more life in it now.
Hello!
One more time. Come on, you really gotta summon it up from the bottom and bring it out and...
Hello!
That'll do.
And welcome back to Ask a Pennsylvania Dutchman.
No, that ain't bad.
My name's Duck Maidenfort, resident Dutchman, and this is Chris LaRose.
Also a Dutchman.
Hi, Chris.
What?
How you doing today?
I'm doing alright, Douglas.
Do you have anything you want to tell the people?
Well, I just want to say I want to thank you all for watching. I can't believe we're still doing this and people are still putting up with us now, so...
Now, if you regularly watch our shows, you might wonder what the heck's going on, because normally Chris starts off. But we're closing in on like episode 100, and I wanted to talk first. I never get to do that here. It's just like my marriage. So, we got a question coming in from Adam Kissinger.
Hey, I know Adam.
So do I, of Mohrsville, Pennsylvania. Now, Mohrsville is this tiny little town in Center Township, Berks County. The cradle of civilization.
I'll tell you what, that guy...
I rode school bus with Adam Kissinger back in the day.
Was this back in the 30s?
No.
I actually went to school with Adam, too.
At college?
At Kutztown, yeah. I'll tell you what, we worked in the scene shop together building theater sets. That guy can build anything.
Well, he wants to know something. This is actually a pretty good question. He asks this situation. Why do so many Pennsylvania Dutch have a nickname? It seems to me it was common for women to give each other male nicknames like Bobby, which would turn into Puppy, with the accent, or Billy or Willie. And I think I remember my father's mother used to call her friends by boy names, and she named a girl cat Billy one time. I asked her, but I don't remember what she said. There also seems to be common nicknames that are descriptive of traits like Footsie and Grexy and Wootsy and Stunny, and everybody knows someone with a shortened last name like Sepp, Dutzy, Chappy, or even just adding a Y, like the last name Klein becomes Kleiny. So what's your take on all this? That's a good question.
Well, my father had a nickname for me. He just called me Zettelkopf.
Really?
Yeah, did you have one?
Sometimes, as Adam says, those are descriptors.
Oh, I mean, it could be. You never know.
I know. This is true. I don't know. I have to be honest up front. I don't know why we do this or where this comes from. I honestly don't. But it is very much a part of our culture. We all have nicknames. Do you know what my father called me?
No, I don't want to know.
Big family secret now. Frank.
Where'd he come up with that?
No idea. My grandfather's first name is Ray. Everybody called him Fritz.
When my dad was a kid, there was this old man. He was a World War II veteran, a Dutchman, and everybody called him Hops.
Hops? Yeah. Now listen to this. My grandfather came from a family of 9. That was pretty common in the 20s, and earlier. He had 9 brothers and sisters, and each one of them had a nickname. And that's what they went by. Like, for example, his sisters, he had a sister named Thelma. No one called her Thelma. Everybody called her Toots.
Oh, that's a good name. I call everybody Toots.
He had another sister whose name was Mildred. Nobody called her Mildred. Everybody called her Sus. And he had a brother named Louis. No one called him Louis. They all called him Hans. We have all these nicknames. My great-great-uncle...
Imagine the confusion for people coming to visit. Well, think the family's twice as big.
This is true. I'll tell you what. My great-great-uncle...
Maybe it's code.
His real name was Leon. I never knew that because he never was called that around me. He was always Washti.
Which is like family trees.
And it's great, like Little Wash, like Little Sausage. That's a great nickname. I like that nickname. Washti. We have these nicknames in Pennsylvania Dutch culture, and sometimes it is just simply taking somebody's last name, like Klein, and going to Kleiny. What?
Nothing.
Sometimes they're descriptors. I don't know where this... And, this idea about, like, women also sometimes getting, like, male nicknames, I've heard that done. I have no idea. I don't know. For example, my daughter's name is Stella. But we don't call her... Well, we do from time to time, but to me, she's Stel. That's her name. I don't know, it's just something we do.
Stelly.
I have no idea. Maybe it's something we brought from the old country over with us a long time ago.
Now, does your wife have a nickname?
It's Mrs. Maidenford.
Mrs. Maidenford, yeah.
Yeah. I honestly don't know, Adam. It's a great question. Someone should do.
Now, what's your nickname, Adam? You never told us what yours was. If that's your real name.
Ooh.
Oh.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a friend named Fotsy.
Fotsy.
Yeah, he had gas issues. So but those are the names kind of had. My brother's nickname's Smiley.
Huh. Well, that makes sense, yeah.
Kid's always smiling. Well, guy, he's not a kid anymore. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know. Then there's some that are obvious, like my grandmother's brother's his real name was Milton, but he went by Red. He had red hair. Everybody called him Red. And her other brother's name was Arthur, but everybody called him Fat. That was his nickname. And it wasn't meant derogatorily.
Well, now, sometimes the nicknames are so close to the real names, but they're just spoken a little different. Like my father's name was John, but they just call him Chunny.
Chunny.
Or Chun Jr.
Chun, yeah.
And the same with my grandfather. He was Big John and Little John.
Yeah. So I don't know. And I can't imagine that the Pennsylvania Dutch culture is the only culture that does this. But it is prevalent. It really is. A lot of our authors, if you look... wait a minute. Yeah. This is true. When you look at Pennsylvania Dutch literature, the vast majority of our authors always had a pen name. They never went by their actual name. I mean, when they would write something. For example, Dick Beam, who just passed away, his name was the Bishley Gnipley.
The Bishley Gnipley.
And then we have people like... I should have looked this up. There's a bunch of them that they all have nicknames. When they have a pen name when they write. I don't know.
Write us in and tell us what your nicknames are.
Or if you have great nicknames that maybe in your family were used. I would love to hear those, in all honesty, because I think that's a really cool part of our culture. It's funny. And we're funny people. We like to laugh. We do. The Pennsylvania Dutch like to laugh.
Well, maybe we'll make a coffee table book out of that, too, right next to the pothole book.
Nicknames of the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yeah, or maybe the baby book names, like the PA Dutch baby nicknames. Something like that, I don't know.
It's true, when I was a kid, I always thought that these were their real names. And then all of a sudden, like, something would happen, they'd be like, oh, did you hear about so-and-so? And I'd be like, who's that? And like, oh, you know this person your whole life. I was like, who? They'd say their nickname, I'd be like, oh, that's a true story.
Oh, wow.
My whole hunting camp, everybody there has a nickname. In fact, I don't even know some of those guys' real names.
Yeah, what are their nicknames?
I don't want to go into that. It's hunting camp stuff. What happens at hunting camp stays at hunting camp.
All right, yeah.
Rule number one.
That is a rule. That's cross-cultural, too.
I think so. But yeah, send us in if you have a family nickname, or if you have a nickname that you were given and you don't know what it means.
We'll figure
maybe
it
we
out
can help you out.
Or if you need to give a nickname to somebody, you need a good one.
Yeah, we'll help you out that way.
Send in what you want to say, and then we'll put it all in a nice condensed form and send it back.
Yeah, we can do that. But it is really cool. If I wish somebody that was like an anthropologist or a sociologist, that'd be something cool to study.
Oh yeah.
Like how we generate nicknames and why. I think that's a cool topic. In all seriousness.
Well, sounds like we know what we're writing a book on.
Yeah. Another book.
Another book. We're gonna have our own PA Dutch library soon.
Yeah, with your help.
With your help.
All right.
Co-authors.
Nah, you usually end these, don't you?
Yep. Yeah.
So now I gotta end it. All right, now I gotta channel my inner Chris. Or inner Seckle Cup. You heard it here first.
No, you gotta say something like, well, I think you heard it from...
Well, you heard it from the Dutchman.
Now you're talking about yourself, and you've got to...
You heard it from me. Can I say that?
I get... Well, I mean, what about me now? I'm sitting here.
You heard it from me. This is Chris LaRose, and I'm Dougie Maidenford. Frank. Call me Frank.
Frank Maidenford.
Yeah, not everybody knows that. And I don't know if my dad ever calls me Douglas, now that I think about it. Anyway, hey.
Now, you know, I was just thinking.
Send it.
I've got a buddy, and this is really kind of funny. He's not PA Dutch, but maybe he ought to be. Now, every time he meets somebody, he changes their name when he's talking to them.
His name?
No, the name of the person. Like, he'll be like...
So, like, if you and I meet, and I say, hi, I'm Doug, he'll say what?
Oh, Bob or Joe. Every time he refers to you, he'll use a different name.
He might have a They think there's something wrong there.
Well, I don't know. Everybody thinks it's really kind of funny because they'll meet this one girl and they're like, oh, hey, Sally, and then, yeah, Joan, you know, something. It's kind of the same.
No, it's not.
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah. All right. Now
you heard it from me first, one of the Pennsylvania Dutchmen. This is Chris LaRose, and I'm Doug Maidenford. Keep those questions coming.
Keep them coming.
And Mock's good.
Mock's good.
If you have a question, why you have to email us at bustapa@yahoo.com.